Hi guys, welcome to the Rule of Two, where the Star Wars news saga continues. I'm Terrence, and it's been another week, and we're back to talk about another episode of Ahsoka, Episode 3. And this episode obviously is going to follow right after Episode 2, where Ahsoka and Sabine Wren, I don't know why it slipped my mind for a second, and Sabine Wren were taking off in their spaceship. And we get the acknowledgement that Sabine will now continue to be trained by Ahsoka. So in episode 3, we kind of start off right there where we actually get to see some of the training. And it actually harkens back to A New Hope with Luke and Obi-Wan with the little training droid and him having to fight with the blast shield down and learn how to use a lightsaber. In that sense, it wasn't really spoken to us then, and if you guys are big Legends, a big Star Wars lore where you maybe know this, but Ahsoka makes a reference when she's talking to Huang in regards to the lessons, another lesson that Sabine is going to learn. And they said the Zatowich, Zatoichi, there it is, it's the Zatoichi, I couldn't remember how they pronounced it, which is eerily familiar to Zatoichi, the blind swordsman. And I wonder if they were purposely trying to make that reference, that Zatoichi is a way for them to learn how to wield their lightsaber, use the Force to be able to see, where the blind swordsman, he learned how just to be an amazing samurai without using his vision because he was blind. So it's a great callback to that particular thing if you're big into martial arts films or samurai films and so on and so forth. Or had the Jedi visited Earth at one point in time? I know it's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Had they visited the Earth system? Or is it that maybe Zatoichi, the blind swordsman, was actually drawing on the Force and able for him to see and fight? It actually, it made me kind of chuckle, and it took me out of the episode for a minute because I was really thinking about that really, really hard. But with that being said, we do kind of continue on her training journey and realize that Sabine has a lot to learn. So it won't be one of those things where like, hey, we spent one montage of you training and now you're an amazing Jedi at this point. It shows that throughout the season, we'll have to watch her maturation and becoming stronger with the Force. And even according to Ahsoka, not specifically becoming a Jedi, but a Force user. So, especially when he makes the, when Huang makes the reference that there are very, very few Mandalorians who actually become Jedi. Now, it does make you think back to the Mandalorian show where we do see Grogu being trained and in the Force and the Mandalorian ways. So will Grogu and Sabine be the newest additions to the Jedi ranks, seeing that they both are Force wielders? Well, Grogu more than her because she sucks. All right. Also going on in this film, we are back to action scenes, and this show has done so well with the action scenes. This time we get space battles. And I think they have done such a great job with giving us a lot of lightsaber battles so far in the show that it reminds us that, hey, Ahsoka and Star Wars actually takes place in space. But we get to see them actually kind of trying to figure out where Morgan Elsbeth is actually taking these particular hyperdrives to. So we get all the way out in space, and lo and behold, on their journey out there, they get attacked by two squadron under Morgan Elsbeth. One by, oh man, I almost forget her name, Sheeny. And it turns out that if you're a Force user, whether it's light or dark side, you're always a great pilot. But the fight scene was really, the space battle scene was really great, because when it's fast motion and it's very frantic and high paced, those are the best kind of space battles, especially in Star Wars, I always think. But one of the best things that happened in that is that we got to see Ahsoka go full BMF and step out on the ship when the ship was disabled in the battle and cut down another spaceship. Now, it wasn't to the extent of of when Leia reached out with her hand and floated through space with no spacesuit on. At least Ahsoka actually had a spacesuit on. But the fact that she stood out there, deflected blast, and then as one came by, flipped in space, and then caught it in half. I like the fact that they did kind of keep some of the physics real, because once she left the ship, she kind of lost the gravity boots that she had, and she wasn't able really to maneuver herself. And Sabine, once she got the ship up and running, had to save her. I thought that was a great scene. But after that, when they land on the planet, and I know I'm saying it as if you guys have seen it, so I hope you've seen the episode by now. We get to see something that I know had been referenced in Rebels, but once again, hadn't seen Rebels. We get like the star whales. So I thought that was really cool, because it lends another fantasy element to Star Wars, where there's something fantastical kind of going out there. Not everything is kind of really based in like Earth things. There are a lot of aliens and other species in Star Wars, and we got to see a floating whale. But as they get to the planet, they land on the planet to try to hide out. I love the ending scene to the episode. I felt this episode was a little shorter than the other ones, or maybe because I watched those back to back, it seemed a little bit longer. But this one did seem a little bit shorter, because I thought we were going to get more. But once they go into hiding, it looks like they are now going to be hunted down. So it did leave us on a great cliffhanger as far as what's going to happen and how they're going to handle this. It does for me, and maybe because the episodes are so full and packed. I feel like everything's going so fast, and I can't see how they're going to get to a resolution so far in this particular season. And I'm hoping that they're looking for more to kind of go forward. Now, my one takeaway with me gushing on how much I love this show so far, I'm hearkening back to the sequel trilogy, especially the last episode 9, where it was a search for the Emperor Palpatine. And it was a fetch quest. I really don't hope that we get that again with Thrawn. It doesn't make sense that, hey, Thrawn has all this power and we're fearing the return of Thrawn, but nobody really knows where he is. Not even the people trying to get to him. They have to go through all these things to be able to find him out. If he's that big of a threat, wouldn't he just come back and just do something? Why is he hiding out? Why can't they just go directly to him? I feel like it's a way to kind of lengthen out this story, and I hope they really don't go episode 9 where they're just kind of like, oh, we found the one thing that'll lead us to the other thing, that'll lead us to the other thing, that will lead us to him. Please tell me that he becomes more of an issue than just like, hey, we found him, now we have to fight him once we found him. I would like him to make his presence before they have to actually seek him out. All right, so that's all I have to say about episode 3. Can't wait till we actually get to next week to talk about episode 4. I'm every time really walking away from these episodes really waiting to see the next one coming afterwards. So please tell me how you guys felt about the episode after you've seen it in the comments below. Tell me what else I should talk about for Star Wars, because if not, we got a couple months of me just talking about Ahsoka, which is a great thing, but I would also like to kind of break the streak and maybe talk about some other things Star Wars. You guys let me know. And with that being said, make sure you subscribe as well as click the notification button so that way you're aware of all the other videos that we do on the channel. All right. May the Force be with you guys. Always.
Wait, guys, are you still here? I'm glad you're still here. All right, so if you look down, I mean, it's somewhere over here. Look down. We actually have a Patreon. So if you guys watch the show and you really like what we want to do and you want to help support the show and you want to help me get an editor so I can get to sleep at night because I'm really tired and you guys see all my mistakes in the episodes. So please go to patreon.com/thegoods. Give us a penny, give us a nickel, give us $1.
Just don't give us the finger.
Don't do that. But make sure you do donate something because we do have some giveaways. There's posters, there's t-shirts.
I'll sign something for you.
Exactly. So take a look, guys, and help us out. We appreciate it.